Hi guys, welcome back to JP's Design One-Stop Tech Shop. Now, what we're going to do is, just following on from this post, we're just going to write out the sample code for the simple function. Now, it's important that we don't copy and paste the code that I put up on the blog there. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to start typing a basic HTML document. Okay, so I've opened up here in Notepad++. Just a new document. I haven't saved it. It's completely just an ordinary text document at the moment. So what we're going to do is just going to put in the basic HTML tags first. Now this would obviously, if we're going doing this in a real website, we'll throw in a couple of meta tags and we might have to give it the code, the UTF code. But basically, just for design purposes, we don't need to do that. We can just do a basic HTML document. Okay. So when we open up a tag, it's good practice to close that tag straight away. And that gives us straight away the body to work on. So if we just move this down. Now, as you'll see in the code, all I'm doing is putting in a head tag. Now, as I said, later on you'd have nav bars and you have a lot more in a HTML document or a web page. But for illustration purposes, this is enough. So we're just sticking a head tag here. And again, we'll close that head tag straight away. Now, my typing skills wouldn't be as fast as some of you out there, so bear with me. Now, we'll give it a title. So inside in our header tag, we're going to give it a title. And again, we will close that title tag straight away. And there we go. And we'll just call this, we did it in the thing, functions. So what we can do at this stage, so that we can get some help from the Notepad++ with our color coding and stuff, we will actually save this document now. So if we go File and Save As, we'll call this one Functions. And we save it as a HTML document. So you click here where it says Normal Text File. You just click there and you're looking for HTML, the hypertext markup language file. Click that one and you click save. Now I don't want to save that in there. I'm just going to save it to the desktop for the moment. So save. Okay, and you'll notice straight away that the color changes. Blue is for the HTML, and you'll see later on that for types and classes and stuff like that, you'll get red and you get different colors. So it makes it a little bit easier to read. Okay, so we have our head tag put in there. Now the next thing we're going to be putting in is we have to tell it we're using JavaScript. So we need a script tag. So what you put in here is a script, S-C-R-I-P-T. Okay, so we have a script tag there, and we have to give it a type, T-Y-P-E. And our type is equal to, we put in our double quotes, and our type is equal to text/JavaScript. So you're telling him that it's a JavaScript file, that there's some text coming. And that's, then we can close, it's a self-closing one, it doesn't have to be closed. So now we've told it the script there, and we're going to have to come down here then and we'll close our script tag. Now, so our JavaScript will be going in here, our function. So in our particular case, we'll have a function, and that's how it starts out. So we have a function. Okay, and then we're going to call this one print name. And like that, we'll use our camel casing as well, just for good coding practice skills. And we insert then our two curly braces. I'd like to just come down. Now, and what you'll have here then is, because we want to write to the document, so we're going to have document.write. And we'll close our little things, and we're going to put in a header tag here, or header row. What I didn't do there is give it our little double quotes. That's lovely. And your semicolon at the end. JavaScript reads it, so when it sees the semicolon, it knows it's the end of that piece of code. So we'll go again with document.write, and as I said, it makes it a little bit easier once we have it saved as our document. And we have our name in here. And we say name is. And we're going to come outside, and this is where JavaScript will actually insert the name that we have in our function. So we're just going to have name here. And we want to add it to our break line, so we'll end up with a new line. So that's our break line there. And again, we come outside and give it a semicolon. We say, yeah, we're finished with that. Now the next one then is same as our header row one here. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Quicker. So we'll just do this. Let's see. Control. Now we can move then down from that's our script, that's our basic function done. So we come out of the head and we just go into our body tag here now. We'll put in a body tag here. This is for the body of the actual web page itself. There again, what we open, we close. Always sticking to a good coding practice as much as possible. And excuse me, we'll give it a paragraph. And again, we open, we close. And we'll just put functions script here. That's what will be seen on the page. It'll just say function script. Okay, so just for if we were to look at this now, so we're just going to launch it in Firefox. Oh, you know what we forgot to do was to save it. So we'll just save that, and then we'll come back into our Firefox and click refresh. So we have function script at the top of the page there. So that's all that's visible at the moment. So when we come back into our Notepad++, we now call on the script. We're going to be calling that script function. So we'll just give it another little bit of script here. So I'll put in a script tag here. Just catch this. A little bit easier. Control-C, Control-V, and we close our script tag here. And in here then we'll have print name. And 2 brackets. And we'll come back inside our exclamation marks. And we'll go GMIT. That's in Galway. And we know that Galway is in Ireland. Okay, and our semicolon outside again. We can copy that. Throw that inside here. And now when we go back and we'll save that, and we'll go back and refresh that window, and we'll say run in Firefox, we should end up with GMIT printed to the screen. And we should do. Have a look there. Now we'll just have a look at this code again, and we'll just run it in Firefox again, just to make sure. We should have GMIT printed out on that now. Yeah, so that's the simple function. It just writes out GMIT, comma Galway, Ireland, and it's the function script which we had in our paragraph tag. Nice simple little function, doesn't do an awful lot. So, but like that, it gives you the basics of what we're looking at. So what we'll do now is I'll just start the next function that we had there, which was the toggle and the colors. Very cool little piece of code. So just for argument's sake, we'll start off with a new page. What we'll do is we just, for speed wise and for the sake of just for copy that one into the new one, and then we'll just do a little bit of editing. Okay, we'll get rid of all our little, so we know it's changing colors. Changing colors. Now what we're doing, we'll get rid of our function. Now you'll notice, actually I only put them in afterwards, but you'll notice the little comments here from comment markers. They're in case your browser doesn't recognize JavaScript, if it's an older browser or something like that. So I'm just getting rid of these script tags for a minute, and we'll only be left with our main body and stuff. So if we run, we have to file and save this now. So we'll just go file, save as, and we're going to call this one changing colors. And again, it's a HTML markup language, so we'll save that and we'll put it on the desktop as well. Okay, so straight away it's changed our colors. Now if we run this in Firefox, you'll see there's absolutely nothing on the page. So it's blank, just function.script at the top, which we don't need anymore. So we can get rid of that. So here we go, let's go. That and run. This shows that there's nothing on the page. Even with the script tags there, it won't recognize anything, so you just get a blank page. So that's great. So we're moving on. Here's our, we're going to write the function for the changing of the color. So again, we start off with our function and we want to call it set colors. So set our color, give it our thing. We'll just give it our little two curly braces. Now, in this one, we want to set a variable, and that's called color. Now, and that's our color. And we're going to say that's equal to the window dot document dot bg color and our semicolon. Now, and we're going to use a switch statement to change the colors. So we'll go switch SWITCH. Let's go back to school for that switch statement. Okay, and in our switch statement then we're going to have color. And inside that, we're going to have our new set of curly braces, because this is, and we're going to write our code in here for that. And we're going to use case. And our case, then we have our color, which we know is going to be hash FFFFFF, and close up. And our semicolon, and then we're going to say window dot document dot bg color is equal to, and that's the color we've just set there. So, and this thing is, if we just copy that, don't make any mistakes that way. There we go, and we put our colon, and you have to have a break. Okay. Now that's going to be the same. So what we can do is we just, for sake of hassle, we'll just control. And as you become more familiar, you'll be able to do a lot more copying and pasting. And then all we're doing is changing our colors here. So we just change this one. and we'll change that to 4. There we go. And then on our next one, we'll just change this one to 00 FF 00, and the same on these sides. There we go. And our first one here, 00 FF 00. So that's our case statement. Now after that, you have to put it in a default. So this is what it'll do. If it can't find anything, this is the default. And we're going to go again, window.document .bg color, and that's equal to, and we'll take our default color there of FFFF. Now, and we'll just give that a colon outside. So that's our function done for the switch statement. Now what we'll do now is we'll come down and we'll give it a button for toggling. So we have our body tag here. We're finished with this script tag, so we don't need that one. We'll get rid of that. And in here we'll give it an input type. So we want to put a form. So a form tag. And again, like I said, once you have an open, we close them. And inside the form tag, we'll give it an input button. And it'll be type. And that's the equal button. And we'll have an on-click event. So when we click the button, and that will set the color. And that will be calling our function. And we will give it a value. This is what will be written on the actual button. So the value will equal, and we'll say toggle colors. And we will then close that tag there. And that form thing. And that's it finished. So we just save that. And we'll run that in Firefox. And we should end up with a button called toggle colors. And when we click on toggle colors, we should get toggling through the different colors, which I'm waiting to see, which we're not. So we'll go back and have a quick look at our code and see why that isn't working. I'll just pause that for a second. Now we'll just run that again in switch color, yeah, and actually now I've changed it slightly since I paused it, and I put in the color of CLOUR. Now if we run that in Firefox, we should end up with our toggling. Okay, there's the red, there's the green, and there's the blue, there's the white, red, green, blue. So it's a nice little feature, and it can be used for controlling any color on the background that you actually want, and change it as you want, whether it's an on-click or event or not on a button. So just come back to that. And that's the end of this short tutorial. It just goes along with the post that I've done, and hopefully it's of some help to you. Feel free to leave comments and any feedback, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.